Lads and ladies, have you ever heard of Punxsutawney Phil? I'm sure you have, even if you don't know by name. He is the famous groundhog that on Groundhog's Day, February 2nd in America. I don't know if other countries pay any attention to Groundhog Day. That's the groundhog. Punxsutawney Phil, I don't know who came up with that name, but someone did. It wasn't the groundhog, I'm sure. Why are we talking about him today? Not in February, certainly not on the 2nd of February. Well, a couple days ago, it came out that he and his wife, is what she was specified to be, Phyllis, had babies. 2 of them, I think. This is about the best. Oh, shoot. I was trying to get off of my... Come back. Here's a video on Instagram. Let's see, we got the audio. Video has no sound. That's fine. Less for me to worry about. See, they're so cute. I don't know. I think they have names. But I don't know what they are. Anyway, I was discussing this with my brother and his wife. Just stuff you talk about in families. And we just... What sparked it was that I was surprised that Phyllis was the name of Punxsutawney's wife. Which, I guess looking at it now, is because he's Punxsutawney Phil, so she's Phyllis. Still don't know what Punxsutawney means, because he's got such a wild name. So I was looking it up to make sure that was really what she was called, and I came across the most insane thing I think I've ever heard. Lads and ladies, allow me to introduce you to the cult of Punxsutawney Phil. So it's not actually, they call themselves the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club. This is their website, by the way, groundhog.org. And it is a group of people that they call themselves the Inner Circle, that work with a groundhog to make sure his life is bougie as possible, I guess. Wait, hold on. Groundhog Day events, there's more than one? What? Oh, this all takes place on Gobbler's Knob, by the way, just so we're clear. I guess we can have lunch with Phil. A ball? How posh is this? That's like 20s themed. I wonder if they have a different theme every year. Let's go through the legend. We'll read about the lore. Did you know Punxsutawney Phil has lore? Okay, I don't know if this is giving us all the lore. Look, you can start a chapter of your own Punxsutawney Phil cult wherever you are. How many chapters are there? Well, wait, hold on. I'm getting a little sidetracked. There's more than I thought. Is there one in Utah? There's not. Man, maybe I should start one. So I'm not seeing what I've read. I can't believe it's not on their website, their very own website, because it's got some insane stuff. All right, first things first. A groundhog lives, I think, let's see. Groundhogs in the wild lived about 6 years, according to PBS.org, and 14 years in captivity. Okay, cool. Punxsutawney Phil, I might just start calling him Phil. Phil was introduced in 1886, according to the Groundhog Club themselves. I'm not seeing this anywhere. Where are we finding this? FAQs, of course. Frequently asked questions about a groundhog. So, let's take in captivity, 1886. Wait, hold on. 2024 minus 1886. 138 years. So, let's see. 138 divided by, let's do the best. 138 divided by 14. Can I type in numbers here, please? Divided by 14. No, not 4. 14 equals 9.8. We'll round up 10. So there should have been about 10 Punxsutawney Phils by now, right? Logically, that would make sense. And maybe Phyllis in there too. No, according to the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club, there's only been one Phil, who has been around since it began. I already forgot the year. 1886? This was established in 1887. He has been the one and only Punxsutawney Phil, who is... hold on. I gotta read this to you guys. Here we go. How many Phils have there been over the years? This is a quote. There's only been one Punxsutawney Phil. He has been making predictions since 1886. Punxsutawney Phil gets his longevity from drinking the elixir of life. Phil takes one sip every summer at the groundhog picnic. Must have missed that. When I was reading through this earlier, groundhog picnic? And it magically gives him 7 more years of life. Why 7? So this groundhog, supposedly, has been around since 1886 for 138 years. And he lives this long because of an elixir that just a little sip gives him 7 more years of life. They don't say if Phyllis gets this same elixir. I'm going to assume she does. But that's not even the most insane thing. Because it's even right here. Are the predictions made in advance? No! Phil's forecasts are not made in advance by the inner circle. We'll get to them in a minute. After Phil emerges from his burrow on February 2nd, he speaks to the Groundhog Club president in Groundhogese, a language only understood by the current president of the inner circle. His proclamation is then translated for the world. You can't make this stuff up, friends. I swear there's no flavor in this, but there is at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. Oh, excuse me. Remember when I said Phyllis doesn't get the elixir like Phil does? Or they don't say if she does? Apparently she doesn't. She doesn't receive the elixir of life, so she'll not live forever like Phil. Rip. There's this inner circle, we've mentioned them before, which are, I guess, Phil's closest confidants in this cult/club. And he speaks a language, I don't know if he speaks it, but he understands a language that Phil speaks to him, called Groundhogese, which, as my brother pointed out when we were discussing this the other day, is real creative. Well, speaking of the inner circle, let's go take a look at those guys. Here we go. So each of them have nicknames, which mostly seem to have something to do with the weather. Here are some of my favorites. We've got Jason Grunsky, the secretary, also known as Big Chill. We've got John Johnston, or Chief Health Man. I don't know if that's his nickname or his position, but either way, it's pretty awesome. And Patrick Cassidy, Head Huntsman. I don't know what that means. I'm going to assume that is his nickname and not his position. Some of the other ones down here don't have their positions listed. Which makes me concerned about why it's his nickname. Okay, hold on. I just came to a realization. Head Huntsman. So I was thinking like a hunter of heads, which is concerning. But still, at the same time, he could just be like the chief hunter man, chief huntsman. Why? What is he hunting for? Why is he hunting? Is he hunting for Phil? Phil's a vegetarian, I think. Yep. Herbivorous. So what is he hunting? Okay, I gotta admit, Thunder Conductor's pretty cool. So this guy, President Shingle Shaker, Tom Dunkel, he doesn't give us any information about him. This is me here. Does it look like the Quaker Oats guy? Can understand Punxsutawney Phil's language about. So I guess. See, here's the thing. Is it supposed to be if he sees his shadow, right? Which, there's some debate on if his shadow is there or if he sees his shadow, whether it's there or not. Apparently it's neither. I don't know where this came from. But I guess Phil doesn't just see his shadow. He literally predicts the weather and then relays it in Groundhogese to Tom Dunkel. Is there an elixir for that too? Yeah, it's my other favorite part. Phil has been predicting weather for over 120 years. He is accurate 100% of the time. This is easily countered. According to FoxWeather.com, apparently he's accurate about 39% of the time, which is significantly less than half. So I would like to hear what the inner circle has to say about this and this controversy right here. Here we go. To really experience Groundhog Day, you have to believe. After all, meteorologists are correct about 70% of the time. That's significantly more than half. Phil is always right. To quote George Michael, you gotta have faith. Groundhog Day is growing every year because it has heart and soul. Come, meet strangers, sing, shiver, and drink caffeine. What? It's the best all-night party in Pennsylvania. Is it really that big of a deal in Pennsylvania? So, that's mostly what I wanted to talk about, was just this entire insane thing. Of what do these guys do? They're all very posh. They're all wearing top hats and bow ties and tuxedos. Man, they sure know how to look fancy. This must be like the uniform or something. The cult uniform. Well, I saw something over here about Wait, hold on. What would it take to start a chapter? Complete a chapter application is along with a one-time chapter fee of $35. I'm not paying to join your cult, man. The Punxsutawney Community Center. Oh, that's probably for... Oh, that's his name. Isn't it Punxsutawney is from Punxsutawney, Philadelphia? That makes his name... Okay, his name makes a lot more... Philadelphia. Like, that's the dang state. Pennsylvania. Alright, that makes a lot more sense about where his name came from. Man, they really hype up this February 2nd thing. Makes me wonder if I should go out there at least once. Maybe I should try and get into the inner circle. The inner circle section. There are passes for this section that go... Oh, so I can get to the inner circle section. Purchase online at tickets are sold out. That doesn't sound like very helpful information. Oh, I was looking around the website. I came across the term Phil fans. And that reminds me, one of the other things, I believe the inner circle I referred to this, and maybe some other people. I really wish I remember where I saw this, but they're called Faithful Followers. Remember when I called it a cult? Oh, heck yeah. I guess they're hanging out at the zoo that is located at the Punxsutawney Memorial Library. A zoo at a library? This is getting more and more interesting than I ever thought it would with every sentence I read. I tried finding it. I can't seem to figure out where I found this information, but some source I read said that no, I mean, a couple of them actually have said no, that the babies will not be inheriting their father's position as prognosticator of the weather. But this one particular source was so funny. It said they'd been, disowned from inheriting. It was really funny. I wish I could find it. That's all. I just wanted to share with you this insane information that I have learned about recently. Now, obviously, calling the Punxsutawney Phil Club a cult is a joke. Please don't take that seriously. It's very harmless. I hope. I just wanted to talk about this absolutely wild piece of lore that I just found out about. And for those of you who stuck around, thank you for joining me on this adventure. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Significantly less groundhogs, most likely.